All right, welcome back everybody to another episode of Mart's Weld Shop here. Anyways, today I got my oil catch can in, and we're gonna try to get that puppy installed here. And I'd like to do a shout out to these guys right here, Bow Boost. They were nice enough. After I ordered the catch can, I seen that they had banners and stuff. So I emailed them quick on the old Google machine. And I was like, hey, I'll do a little episode on Mart's Weld Shop if you guys throw me in a banner. And customer service, excellent. Almost immediate. They got back to me and were so happy that I was going to do a thing on the YouTubes for their company, Bow Boost. So, yeah, I think I seen these guys on the old Face Place, like one of the ads. So then I looked them up, and yeah, I mean, they got a lot of Honda stuff, I think, but it's just an oil catch can. So, so what they did, guys and girls, is what we got here. Sorry, I opened the box because I had to look at something. But, oh boy. They gave us all kinds of stickers. We got more stickers. What's it like stickers? It's all about the stickers, man. What else we got here? We got, look at these. Air fresheners. Cool cars and stuff on them. And almost like Pokemon cards looking. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of them. Different ones here. And they also threw in some cool lanyard type things. So, yeah, we got all that stuff and the banner, obviously. And all I asked for was the banner. So, they gave us a bunch of extra stuff. So, what we got here, we got some hose. This is all your, I don't know, I didn't even look at it yet. I think it's, is it steel braided? Maybe. But this is like a 10 hose kit for the tank, you know. So came with these nice, let me try and get one out of here. I got one out. Pretty nice. They spin nice, like the threads are all really good on them. And I already checked them. Make sure they actually thread on. And they do. So that's sweet. So what it came with here was got a petcock for the oil tank. And we got 4 of these 90s and 2 of the straights. And then the old, the tank, I mean, it's made in China. Sorry, Bow Boost, but it's China. But anyways, I didn't want to buy like some fancy $300-400 setup because I just wanted to catch oil and be a breather for the crankcase, yada yada stuff. So it is baffled. It's got one of them, and then there's like that whole tube goes like halfway down the tank, and there's another one of these on the bottom. So basically it's an oil catch can, and it's gonna have a breather on the top. So it's all black. That's all aluminum welded. Kind of a light deal. It's not like billet or nothing like that, but then we got the old the filtration unit that goes on the top. I don't know, this thing was, I don't know, 80 bucks maybe or something like that, but yeah, we're gonna try and get this guy. I don't know, I've been searching around on where to put this thing, and this S10 stuff, there's not a lot of room. I mean, it looks like there's a lot of room over here, but we want this thing mounted lower than the valve covers. That's just my brain working, thinking that you want the stuff to actually catch itself in the can, so let gravity take place. I mean, I know we're doing wheelies all the time, so it's not going to want to go into the can because we're hanging some tire. But yeah, so I think we're going to end up mounting it down in this fashion here. Where are we? Down yonder, about right here. I'm just hoping that when the tire actually turns, it's not going to hit the tank. So I might have to do some checking on that. But yeah, other than that, I'll have to show you guys what I did here. Give me a second. I'm going to pull this off quick because I got the valve cover on here. And then I'll show you what I did to save some cash, if you know what I'm saying. It's supposed to be a budget. Alrighty, so what I got here is my passenger side valve couvre. And where can I set this down somewhere? Here, I'll just set it on the old box. I'll let you see what I'm talking about here. So this here would be the top, like this is the intake side. And so here's the stock little nipple that went to the PCV valve. And the other one was right here. And it went the opposite way. And then there's one across the engine that went to the driver's side. So that one came across, these went into like a T type thing, and then they came over to here, and then this went into your throttle body. There was actually a PCV valve right before it went into the intake. So when I cleaned up this intake, guys and girls, I'm not even kidding you, there was probably a good half a quart of oil. I stood that thing up and let it sit there for a couple days. There was at least a half quart of oil that came out of that thing. Like, I ain't even kidding. Like, that is not good for your engine. So, and it's an emissions thing that all the car companies were doing, and it's just not a good deal. So that's why you do the old oil catch can, and a lot of guys are still running it back into the intake, but I don't see why. Why would you do that? Comment if you know something more than I do, but I ain't doing it. And my Chevelle, I just have a breather for the crankcase. So that's all the old stuff had, and it works. So whatever, it ain't blowing those seals out. So as long as you got ventilation, it should be fine. So now what I did is I took my big, what did I have? My crescent wrench. Yeah, that's what I used, the crescent wrench. I think I still got it right here. This is the stock little thingy that's like pressed into the valve cover. I just took my crescent wrench on this nipple end and I started turning it and ended up just pull it right out. But the problem with that is the way these are, see how they're like towards the top of the valve cover? Now I want to put a fitting, because these are 10 AN doohickeys here. It's pretty big. That's big stuff. And I was searching for a kit that had 6 AN because it's a little more workable. But where'd my fitting go? Oh man, I lost my fitting. There it is. So I have like a 90 here. So this is 10 AN on this side, and then this side here is 3/8 NPT. So you can get a lot of your 6 AN stuff with this 3/8 NPT on it. Well, I imagine you can get this too, but that's what I got. So passenger or the driver's side won't be as bad because now this is 1/2 inch thread NPT. So we got a bigger hole on the driver's side. Okay, let me catch my breath. Anyway, what I did, because I'm too tight to buy new valve covers, and I ain't doing it. I ain't spending the cash on some fancy whatever. So the hole, guys and girls, here is closer to the top of the valve cover. So I was like, how am I going to make a hole big enough for that 3/8 NPT there? So I ended up, I wish I could draw it here for you, but I took a small drill bit and I drew a circle first, and I took a drill bit and made a series of holes, and then I just hogged in between them. You know how you do it with the drill bit, sideways and forth and back? Yeah. And then I just took my hole saw once I got it big enough, not my hole saw, my Christmas tree bit. And I kept going until it got close enough for my tapperoonie to go in there. And I just tapped her out. And let me tell you, it's going to work. You'll see. You'll see it's going to work. So I'm going to do it right now, right here. I just trying to hold this all. Anyways. Yeah, so we're going to screw this bad girl in there. Just like such. It's going to look like meow. So then that's going to run around the valve cover and into the catch can. What else do you want from me? So that's my cheap guy way of doing it. So that's what we're going to do. Alrighty, so I got the old driver's side valve cover off here. And I had the idea, instead of, because it comes with like a rubber, comes with one of these guys in the valve cover from stock. And then, I don't know what I did with the stupid thing that was in here. It's like a plastic tube that comes out of here. And then it switched over to the rubber hose that went to the other side of the engine. Too much information here. So, pulled this out, hoping I could get something threaded into the valve cover, which I did. So, I got one of these big brass, I don't know what you call it, reducer thingy type things. It's got smaller threads on the inside. So, that's 1/2-inch threads. I don't know what the outside is, maybe 3/4. But I had to put a serious bevel on the actual valve cover itself. I don't know if you can see. You can kind of see down on the sides there. I took my little grinder bit and I had to taper it down so it got to an actual point towards the bottom of the valve cover on the inside where it accept the threads. And I had to just go a little bit bigger with the hole. So I was taking a risk. Might wreck my valve cover. And you know what? There are differences with these valve covers, with the baffling inside between the years. So I believe this is a 03 or something. I don't know. It's one of the last years, the LS1. Maybe it was I don't know, 1. I don't care. Anyways, I ended up drilling some smaller, the small holes in there, just for extra drippage of the oil if it got up there. But that was before I was thinking about the kitch can. The kitch can. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, yeah, there's different baffling in the newer ones, and they're not as good as these older ones. So the old, the passenger side one has different style baffles. But yeah, so we're gonna run a fitting right out of this guy, like such. And yeah, then that'll run along the back of the engine over to the catch can. Simple, right? Simple. I mean, that was a struggle. That just took me about 15 minutes to hog and grind and try. And what I had here, one of these little bungs for like your exhaust. I ended up putting it inside of my Sacalito. So it won't eat this whole fitting up inside the socket, and I won't have any pressure to put on it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta crank it in there. Elbow grease, guys and girls. Us old guys from the olden days, we got elbow grease. Yeah, it's a struggle. But if you want to be tighty-whitey and not get new valve covers that got the ports already welded on them, this is the crap you got to do. So hang with me here, Mr. I built my LS swap for $400 guy. Yeah, this is stuff you got to do, but there's no, never mind. I'm not going into that again. So we're going to get this stuff located and try and run some hose. I mean, it's probably going to be a longer video, and it might take a day or two because sometimes I just don't feel like it. Already, suckers! We're already the plan C. There was just no way in the double HE hockey sticks. I don't know what I'm saying. You know, the H word. That this was going to work here because the can and the fittings. Then I run into my dipstick that I custom made here. It's ugly. You're not going to see it because the coil packs are going to go over that, but it runs right into the dipstick. And to make this bend here to here, not happening. So we had to mount a little catch can right up here in the front next to the coolant reservoir, actually on the same bolt. So we're going to end up running them just like this right here. And the other one's going to run maybe up on the inside of the intake and back over there to that there side. So I got a piece of brown tape. I'm going to cut right through the center just so the ends don't get frayed. It's standard issue stuff. So we're going to get at that and try and get this is going to be just enough hose too. So that's a good deal there. And like always, guys and girls, don't forget your safety spectacles when cutting. All right then. Okay, we got the last piece all cut up and buttoned up here. And I gotta say, these fittings, they're nice and light, and they're decent. And I even put a wrench right on them. Are you gonna get the Allen wrench, guy? No, you don't. If you care that much, I mean, it's got a small, you can barely see. But there's a nice finish on these things. These things are sweet. And the only problem I was having, and it wasn't on the straights, but on the 90s, there's an O-ring that goes in here. And that little shyster kept wanting to poop out on me. So I took my little screwdriver, one of them little, the pocket kind. And as I was tightening it, I poke it back in there and then tighten it a little bit. And then tighten it, poke, tighten, poke. So that was just on the 90s, but the straights went in pretty flawlessly here, I think. I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna throw this last guy on there, and we're gonna call her a day, I think, on this here oil catch can from Bull Boost. Yeah, pretty nice unit so far. And this stuff's actually pretty easy to work with. Just, like I said, make sure you tape your ends when you're cutting them. And blow out your hose, guys. After you're done cutting, blow the crap out of there. So we're going to stick this guy back on. Let's go on to a 45 back here. And I tried running it as clean as I could. You know, I mean, there's so much stuff in this thing. I don't know. I'm not going to do a final tightening yet until... Because I got to take all these valve covers and everything off anyways. So I'm going to do the old oil priming doohickey with the pump thingy and the fitting majiggy. Oh, I got it all coming in the mails. So once I get all this stuff kind of done and I can put my fenders on and get this thing ready to fire up, and then we are down to the gauges and the drive shaft, I think. And I gotta get some front tires. But just get on there, dude. Alright, there we go. So there's that. And I'll tidy this up nice, maybe with a zip tie or two back in here, but I don't got you on the big trapezoid. It's hard to move around, okay? It's goofy, and the little one's goofy, and it's all goofy. You know, I was a guy like that, Flip Goose, and got all these camera guys around, different angles, and editing dudes. But I don't, okay? So, work with me here. It's hard to see because everything's black, you know? But dual 90 exit here. Try to get you in there. And they're going to follow right here along the side of the valve couvre where they used to be. They used to go right in here. In the side here for the PVC. PCV. We're not plumber. Well, this is kind of plumbing. Oil plumbing? I don't know. And Can run back here like meow. Right to the other side. Yeah. So I forgot. We gotta put the cap on. That's like the meat of the potatoes, or the meat with the potatoes, or the hat of the king of the crown of the king. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, let me set you down here for a second. Got this thing all goofied up here. All right, there's that guy. Now I wanted the big one. I don't know if you've been looking at these oil catch cans, and I can't stand the little orifice ones. It's like they're sticking way up there in this little beep beep. No, I want that thing to be meaty looking and right down to the can. If that makes any sense. So what do we got? What do we got to put this on? I'm turning you around here. Try to get you in here. Oh yeah. Just like that, eh? Huh. What's that look like? Does that look like something? Let me get you off there. So there's that. Close up. Let's run over there. Yeah, this thing's almost buttoned up. I got new spark plug wires in the old bed back there. But that'll be after we get this thing primed, and the valve cover's buttoned up on there, and the coils. And yeah, we're getting close, suckers. So, on that note, boys and girls, we're gonna call our quits on the video. I know it was short. It was just about an oil catch can, but it's a decent little unit for the price, and everything seemed to work out pretty good with it. Nice threads, nice finish. Good hose. The hose cut very well. Everything went together pretty good. I had like a foot extra hose, so I ran pretty far on that thing, like you've seen. So yeah, we're just gonna give a shout out right there. Bull boost. I don't know. It's decent. I like it so far. Whatever. I don't know what else you want to see. Or another stupid S10 build. But I'm trying to show you guys the steps that a regular cat like me does in his garage. Okay? This is it. Comment. You know? Ask if you want to see something special. We'll try to show you. But I am showing you every step. This ain't no TV show. Well, it kind of is. But it ain't no big dollar production like the Nickelodeons, you know? Yeah. Anyways, thanks again, Bull Boost. And I'm going to look on there for some other things. I just was like, man, I just need a oil catch can. So, alrighty, guys. Until next time, we'll see ya.